Well, everyone. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. We got to talk about Umar Johnson and this fifth grade commencement speech. But before we get into that, he had a child support case today, and it did not go the way that he planned. And would you like to know what way it did go? We're going to discuss that very, very soon. So stay right there. Well, y'all. We got a good show for you today. Man, oh man. Boy. I see we got the working man ladies in the house. I'll see y'all in here. We're going to get this chat going up here in a minute. But let's get on with the introduction. Welcome, everyone, to the most laziest YouTuber on the platform. All right, to the guy that needs the chapstick and the egghead. And he's got a messed up beard, all that good stuff. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Nicholas J. Fury here, where reality checks are always free, and you are tuned into the Working Man Podcast. We got Coco here in the building early. Shout out to Coco. What's good with you, brother? Hold on, wait a minute. We got Coco up in here. We got Sassy. We got Sweet DJ in here. All right. Okay. Who else we got in here? Sassy Savannah's in the house. All right. Okay. Oh, man. Shout out to Miss Coco. Yeah, we need that too. Yes, sir. Respect. Saint Sin up in the peak. Saint Sin up. Let's go. How you doing? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Well, as people continue to pile on in, okay. Also, we got the poll going here, so everybody, please participate if you will, okay. Yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff going on here. It's gonna be a good show, I think, you all. Now, anyway, this show was inspired by Kogo, okay, because he came in my comment section. He was like, "Yo, hey, working man, hey, Nick Fury, could you please do a story or do a show about the fifth grade commencement speech," right? Because he did a video on it, right? And I watched it, right? And other people have covered it. But he's like, "Hey, working man, why don't you cover it?" So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna cover it. I'll cover that, right? Okay." But then today, as I was going through the IG page and stuff like that, right? I was looking around and I was scrolling through, the Good Doctor's page. And what did I see, y'all? I saw a post. And I got to say, y'all, the child support drama continues.
Enemy spotted.
The child support drama continues, everyone. Yeah. It's he dropped some receipt. Well, he didn't drop no receipts, but he Miss Evil Vegan, remember her? Yeah. He had a child support case today about the Evil Vegan. And of course, it went completely sideways, all right, because he didn't come prepared, I don't think. And we're going to talk about that. And we're still going to get into, oh man, we got another subscriber. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Now, we're also going to get into that 5th grade commencement speech, right? But I think it's very fitting that this child support case will bolster or solidify the hypocrisy of this 5th grade commencement speech, all right? In my opinion, okay? So we're going to get into all of that. But before we get into all that, let's get the housekeeping out of the way, okay? For all of you 30,000 people in attendance, all right, if you haven't done so already, I need you to hit that like button right now. Okay, hit the like button, all right? And if you're new to the channel, if you're just joining me, you're new to the channel, please, I implore you to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell. And if you want to monetarily donate and contribute to the channel outside of the poll and the like button and the subscribe and hitting that notification bell, I would ask you to please consider joining the channel membership, right? Somewhere on my channel, on my page. You can hit that join button to become a member of the Working Man Union. I would implore you, I would ask you to please do that, all right? And other ways you can contribute, you can hit the Cash App, all right, Mr. Normie, $ Mr. Normie, I'm sorry. Hit the Cash App, $ Mr. Normie. I said hit the damn Cash App, $ Mr. Normie. Also, you can hit the Super Chat. Sure, many of you know how to do that. Also, you can hit the Ko-Fi. And if you watch from your television screen, there's 2 barcodes on the front of your screen there. One of them is for Cash App. One of them is for Ko-Fi. If you feel it on your heart to donate any of these methods, will be very much appreciated. Okay? So, I would like to give a shout out to Kogo first because he's the reason for this whole thing in the first place, right? I want you to go, everybody go subscribe. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to Kogo fdmg, all right? Go subscribe to his page. By the way, okay, I'm not going to react to this, but let the record show, okay? He had a very, 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 very good video, okay? I want y'all to look at this right here, okay? It says proof of this individual, no S's, by the way, call with Devontae was scripted and fake, all right? Now, where's my sound effect? I just want y'all to read the title, okay? I'm going to put it up here so y'all can see it, okay? I want y'all to read that. Now, again, go subscribe to Kogo's page. I want y'all to watch this video, please, okay? It's insightful. Now, you can believe what you want to believe, all right? But there's some things in here that make other situations that were not talked about toward the end of this saga very questionable, okay? I'm going to say that right there, all right? Now, what I would also like to add is I would also like y'all, I'm sorry. Crap. No. Gosh darn it. I'd also like y'all to go back here and go check out this video right here. See that? Umar Johnson's 5th grade graduation speech exposed by his daughter. This is also a very good video. And I'd like all of you guys to go to Kogo's page and go check this out as well, okay? This is also good content. He has the daughter mixed in here. And again, I believe it's contradictory how he treats his daughter and his baby mamas. Okay, the Evil Vegan and I believe it was Mama Smurf. That's who it was. Evil Vegan and Mama Smurf. So go check this video out as well. Okay, I think it's very good. And yeah, we're going to get into that. So anyway, I got my CIA water here. Make sure I inspected the top and everything. I make sure I tested the water. Make sure there wasn't nothing in there, okay? Also got my coffee here, all right? In a black cup with black coffee, all right? Just like Umar likes it, okay? All right. Shout Shout out to the mods in the chat. We got the mods in the chat, okay. Overwatch, of course. Now, the first video I like to get into before I show y'all the child support video, what I would like to do is go into this video right here. No, wait a minute, not that one. This one. This was 8 years ago, y'all. This is 8 years ago. The title of this video is Dr. Umar Johnson, Issues with Baby's Mother, His Father, and Terrence Bailey. This was 8 years ago. Now, I can't go back further than this. There's probably other content creators like KKC and Lennon, Honor, and everybody else that probably can go back further than this. I cannot. So I know when I started watching and paying attention to Umar Johnson, this is one of the first videos I remember. We was talking about his the problems he was having with his children's mothers, okay? So we're going to listen to this real quick, and I got other videos we're going to go to that leading up to the post in question, all right? So check this out.
Shout out to him. I appreciate the support, you know, but I love my dad, so I want to be clear about that, you know, to everybody. That's my father, so, and I believe you should respect your parents. But I do not agree with what he be saying in those videos. I really felt that, given the fact that I got enough detractors as it is, I don't think my own father needed to join in on that. You know, and that's coming from me, that's coming from my brothers, that's coming from my sisters, that's coming from my mom. Nobody appreciates the fact, you know what I mean? My brothers is like, what do you, and you know, they talk to him too. They're like, yo, don't you know he got enough people trying to say, man, you're helping them. Right. Then somebody said he be following like the Umar Johnson is a fraud Facebook page. I said, what? Like, yeah, your dad, that's what they said. I don't know if it's true. But he's following people and he's friends with people who clearly don't like my guts. So I don't know what's.
Hold up. Where did baby Diddy come from? Wait a minute, hold up.
Enemy spotted.
Baba Diddy. Baba Diddy, where you come from, huh? Oh man, are you related to what's his name? Oh, by the way, he's gonna be on World Radio in a couple of days. Okay, are you related to Baba David? I'm just making sure. Okay, I'm just making sure. Are you related to Baba David? I'm not. Just let me know. Okay.
Frederick Douglass, when all y'all gotta do is pick up a phone and end this shit. Right. Do you feel me? Right. Y'all all sitting around watching this shit. Right. Only take one person to say, yes, he is. Right. But now we like to hate, so we ain't gonna say nothing. So I'm never going to another family reunion. And I know where a lot of that's coming from, because it's a very bourgeois family. I'm gonna keep it real. Not everybody bourgeois, but there's a lot of bourgeois. And they have a certain look they want to have. Right. You understand me? Right. It's a very integrationist. Right. You understand? That ain't me. So the last person they want repping Douglas is me, because that ain't the image we trying to project. So they distance themselves.
Who is that Terrence Bailey cat, though?
Terrence Bailey. And let me say this. I don't know if he's a descendant or not, but I would say he probably is, because he got the name. Bailey. That's the family name. Yeah. Let me tell you why he can't stand me. And I never met this coon. But the reason he don't like me is I believe he was trying to create a foundation or build himself up as a Frederick Douglass expert. So anytime a college wants somebody to talk on Fred, they call him. And I think he sees me as blocking his ability to corner the Frederick Douglass market. And what I'm saying is, how can you say that? Because nobody pays me to come talk about Frederick Douglass. Don't make no bread off of I never got a single request to judge. I interjected because I'm proud of it. But nobody says, we want you to come and do a lecture on Frederick Douglass. But he's mad at me because he thinks I'm blocking his ability to get paid off of an ancestor's legacy, which you shouldn't be trying to do anyway. Why are you trying to get paid off there? Off your own people. That's how thirsty. And he's one of the major detractors, too.
Yeah. He be on that.
Now, of course, we all know that he is not in any way related to Frederick Douglass or no first, second, third, fourth, fifth cousins of the Bailey family, none of that kind of stuff. That's been debunked many times over. But of course, this was 8 years ago, right? So he's still on that today in large part.
Yeah, he's done the IRS letters. He's done GoFundMe letters. He contacted the state. He might be an agent.
Yeah.
Because he's former military.
Yeah, he's military.
I think he might be an agent.
That whole motherfucker in shape, man.
Yeah. How old is he? He young? He ain't like in his 40s?
Nah, he in his 50s.
Older than that.
He in his 50s. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He look like he in his 50s.
Oh, okay.
Now, this is where he's going to go and talk about his baby mommy. Now, some of y'all have heard this clip several times. If you haven't done so, again, this was 8 years ago. I believe he recently just came back or was getting ready to go to a child support hearing with his mother, his children's mother, who is now known as the evil vegan. All right? Listen up.
Like some people like, Doc, you should have done that video the other day where you talk about your baby mom taking you to child support court. I had to. God forbid, if I die today tomorrow, who gonna tell my daughter that your father loved you? Exactly. And the only reason why he wasn't there because your mom kept him out. Somebody got to let her know that. Because her mom ain't gonna tell her the truth. And her grandma ain't gonna tell her the truth. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta drop a couple little tidbits. I didn't go in too deep, just enough. So somebody can pull, it's something happened to me. Because what I think is so selfish about what my daughter's mother is doing is my life, my work is a very dangerous work. You don't know how long this man got, and you keeping it from his baby. And my baby girl looks just like me, you understand? And my oldest daughter, she almost at the age where she's free to do what she wants. So we're going to be able to build that relationship better. Better. Because she's almost free. But my baby girl, she's starting off. We need that time. And the fact.
Now, as soon as this baby girl he's talking about is the woman that's eventually going to come out. I believe she came on TikTok that one time, was talking about how Umar's never seen her and never been to any of her important life functions or anything like that when she was growing up. The small baby girl that he's talking about right now, I believe is going to end up being the woman that's going to come out here in recent years and expose him.
Take me to child support when all I asked for was a day a week. I said I would give you the money. I just need a day a week. She didn't even want to give me a day a week, though. My baby girl's 6.5. She never been anywhere with me in 6 years, bro. Not to the movies, the zoo. If I want to see her, I got to go to the grandma house. For what? For what? Because I didn't marry you? For what? You don't do that. But that's what they doing. But they right up there on Germantown Avenue, All the Way Live Cafe. So get the address, because I would damn well tell you. Because I want everybody to go to All the Way Live Cafe. My sister Naisha and Mama Beverly selling them vegan platters, talking that soul vegan shit. They say, why can't this man see his baby without y'all sitting in his face? You know how belittling that is? You a grown man. And you got to go sit on your daughter's grandmama couch.
Now, again, a lot of people have talked about this, how Umar Johnson basically, he pseudo pretty much doxed her, right? Gave out the name of the business. Okay, so everybody can go there and ask you, why can't he see his kid, right? So if you value the relationship you have with the mother of your child, right? Even though y'all ain't on good terms, what you're doing is just going to make the relationship more fractured, and it's going to keep you away from your child longer by doxing her in front of everybody. You notice people are going to, because they're riding with you, Umar, right there on your team, they're going to go down this lady's business. Again, this was 8 years ago, and they're going to harass her. And I'm pretty sure they did.
What are you doing? With everybody in the family looking at you.
I'll ask that question.
See what I'm saying? But they up there perpetrating this conscious vegan, and the little girl can't even see her father, and her father happened to be one of the biggest movers and shakers we got. And she can't.
Good Garvey Day Tavares?
Because the mother's hatred issues.
XL Pro Service up in the building.
And then somebody said, well, maybe he's a domestic. If I ever put my hands on a woman, I promise you, it won't be no school psychology, it won't be no fdmg, it won't be no nothing. And it hurt me even with the grandma, because when I ran into Mom Bev a couple years ago at the Fresh Produce, I didn't speak to her. Umar, you not going to speak to me? I said, Ma Bev, I ain't got nothing to say to you. Why not? Ma Bev, your daughter don't let me see my little girl. You know this. Why are you acting like you don't know why I'm not talking? Oh, I didn't know. How the hell you don't know I can't see my baby when the only time I can see is on your damn couch? So she set it up, start going again. We need some money. No problem. I need 1 day a week. You see what I'm saying? You need no problem. I need.
Now, again, for anybody y'all that's been on child support before, you understand that that is not how it works, right? You pay the money whether you see the child or not. And do I think the system is flawed heavily? Yes, I do. I paid child support myself before. Okay, I actually just finished paying child support this year. All right, so I understand that there are certain parts of the child support system that isn't, that could be changed rather. Okay, but the system is what it is. You have to work within the confines of the system, your left and right limits. You pay the money and you abide by the time or the schedule that's given by the court. And if you want to stay in good standing with the law, and if you want to stay in good standing with the mother of your children and your children, to be honest with you, You need to follow that. So you going out here and sicking the dogs on your baby mama is not going to help the situation at all, because they can just use that in court against you, really. Okay? Restraining orders, the police pull your time. That's probably one of the reasons why you have to see your child in a supervised element, because of what you just did. But okay.
Wait, right. Know what she said before? She doesn't know you. My daughter know exactly who I am.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
She see me right now, she running to her daddy. She doesn't know you. That's when she was 2. Right. When she was 4, what was it when she was 4? The new excuse was, she ain't used to being away from me. Something. Right. Right. And now she's 6. They done ran out of excuses. Right. You know what I mean? We just don't want to let her be around with you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm dealing with. And she's conscious. Oh, yeah. This is a conscious sister.
Conscious. Just like
you know what I mean?
So this woman is conscious, right? Just like the stripper was, right? Your baby mom was conscious too. Did that stop you from having children with the evil vegan? Did that stop you from having intercourse with the conscious stripper? It did not. Okay? So, Elik, I'm sorry, I don't want to mispronounce your name. Eli Malik Abdul, I apologize if I butchered your name, sir, but I appreciate you being here, all right? Thank you. Another good show. We're working, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
It's just sad because when you deal with this custody, and this is what people need to know about custody, because I've been through with my oldest daughter. Just because they give you custody on paper, especially if you live in Philly, I don't know what's going nowhere else, but in Philly, you get custody on paper. That don't mean you actually gonna get no custody in practice. You feel me? Because they'll violate that order. I know, because my oldest daughter mom does it. Okay? And you never see your baby. And then you report them, and you go in front of the judge, and you know what the judge tell the mom?
I'd love to know how he's still free and is backed up this far. Why is no one bringing up that Hess on supervision? That doesn't just happen. Hess a bum.
Now, let me read that real quick, because that was the AI voice saying that. He said, I'd love to know how he's still free and is backed up this far. Why is no one bringing up that he's on supervision? That just don't happen. He is a bum. Now, let me give you, wait a minute, hold on. Where's my sound effect? I gotta give you the new sound effect. All right, hold on a second. Where is it? I gotta give you the new one. Oh man, I gotta find it. Oh, where I did with it. There it is.
Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that.
That's right. I know you barely had that. All right. Thank you, Enterprise Entertainment, for that.
Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that.
Let's go.
Don't do it again. Excuse me, this is the 3rd time we in here. Obviously, she gonna do it again because it ain't no consequence.
Right.
It ain't the same everywhere, but in Philly, women can get away with not letting you see your child. They don't care what's on paper, because they're not gonna take a child from them. Right. They is not taking no baby from no mom unless you got same thing in Harrisburg. Same thing. They ain't taking no baby. She better be on drugs or something. If that mom ain't doing it wrong to that kid, only crime is she ain't letting you see him. Right. Taking a baby. Now, if it's a boy, you got a little bit more leverage because the war against black boys. Okay. Sometimes they'll take that boy and give it to the daddy. Okay. Little girl? Nah, they ain't doing nothing. Come on, man. Come on, man. They're not taking her from her to give it to me because she violating the order. Right. Care about no order. So.
That's deep.
I don't like that, bro.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what you trying to. It's like a
that's crazy.
But think about it. Let's look at the mindset. What better way to get at him? He's saving kids for a living.
That was a long conversation.
Destroy his own relationship with it. There's no better way to get me. Think about it. What better way? I'm a school psych and can't see my own. What better way? And not only that, she put my baby in a white Quaker school. My little girl at
White Quaker school.
Why is Dr. Umar Johnson's daughter at Quaker racist?
Okay, hold up. Shout out to Tavares. He said, "Here's $2 for the chapstick." Mal said you need it.
Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that.
Okay. You know what? Thank you, bro. I do need some chat. My lip be kind of sometimes. I don't know.
I'm gracious, but I'm not content.
I appreciate that, bro. That donation will definitely go to the next tuber jerk, chapstick for real. All right.
Supremacist, France Central.
I'll ask that question, bro. I'll ask that question. Don't worry, I'll ask it.
And then when the child support man calls me up, he says my daughter's name, right? First name, middle name, last name. I knew she wasn't going to give him my last name. Wow. I anticipated that. Wow. She ain't got my last name. She got a mother last name. Damn. Which was disrespect, yeah. But check this out. He mentions the middle name. And I don't want to see my baby name on the film.
Right.
But I give you the middle name. Guess what the middle name is? Elizabeth. I said, run that back. Because when my baby was born, we had an agreement. She get the first name. I get the middle name. I chose Adezanai. It's a Zulu name for princess. She told me she didn't like it, but she never told me that she wasn't going to use it.
Oh, Burst Bees. Okay, I mean, I do remember that one.
First time I found out my daughter's middle name is Elizabeth is last week on the phone with the child support man.
Oh, my God.
She changed the name and didn't even tell me.
Give him a European house.
All the way live cafe. Go get that nut meat. Go get that veggie stir fry. Go get that coconut milk.
That's what I need chapstick.
Germantown Avenue, baby. Best food in the city. Won't get to see your kids, but you get some grub.
I mean, what do that say about the like black women in general? I mean, not on no Tommy Sotomayor shit, but just like the whole situation. Because I done heard like 100 cases, brother Kareem going through the same thing with the.
All right, so y'all got that part right. We ain't gonna stress that. We ain't gonna go through that too much more. Let me bring up the next video because there's more things that happen. Right, he goes through this again where he talks about more child support. Where is it? See it. Drama. This was what? I think this was 5 years ago. Where is this at? Because he contradicts himself all the way through the next like years and years and years. Okay, here we go. This was 5 years ago, y'all. Check this out. Here we go. Now, this is on King Kong Consciousness. Dr. Umar on the huge problems with the child support system for black parents. Okay? We're going to run through this real quick because he's going to talk about how broken the child support system is. And he's only saying that because, well, he pays his child support in bulk, right? He doesn't pay stuff on time anyway because he doesn't have a job, right?
Attorney Spurley. It's not.
Hold up. We got to recognize Enterprise Entertainment one more again. Says his degrees are from white schools. F is he saying?
Donations.
What's he saying?
Donations. Donations.
Now, all of his, well, yeah, I think like his biggest degree for sure, his doctorate, I believe, is from PWI, right? But he always talks about, institution building. He's always talking about, FDMG, of course. But, if you were so pro-black since you was like a kid, wouldn't you have gotten your doctorate or whatever wouldn't you have gotten that from a black school, right? From a HBCU or something like that, black online college, whatever. But no, you got it from a white school, right? You got it from a white school. Let's go.
Sisters that are on welfare, you have a lot of working mothers who also go for child support. I think the bigger issue here, Tammy, is we have a broken community because black people have no business going to the white man to ask him to reconcile.
Hold up. We got Abdul Muhammad in the building. He says, ooh, mold, mouth moves, words coming out. He lying.
I better get some more and some more and some more and some more.
Some more. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the 2. I appreciate that. Again, everybody's donations is greatly appreciated. Again, continue to hit the Cash App. Hit the Super Chat, Cash App, or join the channel membership. Let's continue on. Again, this is 5 years ago, Dr. Umar Johnson on the child support system. And today we are talking about the 5th grade speech he had at the pre-K school, and we're talking about the child support case that he had. Let's go.
Issues.
Absolutely.
That is the crux of
By the way, I didn't even check in on the poll. Let's get on this poll real quick. What happened in child support court today? 71% said Umar has to pay more, 2% says he has to pay less, and 26% said they all donated to FDMG. Continue to get your vote in, y'all. Let's continue.
You're telling me that we're going back to the same man who has historically stolen our kids, sold our kids, beat our kids, destroyed the black family? You mean to tell me we get out of slavery only to run back to Massa and say, Massa, can you serve as a conduit between me and the mother of our child? Can you tell me how much time I can spend with my child? Can you tell him how much money he should spend with his child? As far as I'm concerned, the child support system is a symptom. The problem is the broken black community where we can lay down to make babies, but we can't stand up together to take care of them.
Ooh, family advocate mediation support says, yeah.
Now, you heard what he just said? Let me run that back. The hypocrisy. Wait a minute. What did he say?
We can lay down to make babies, but we can't stand up together to take care of them.
We can lay down and make babies, but we can't stand up to take care of them. Where is it? Hold up. Let me play that one more time so you can hear it.
Where we can lay down to make babies, but we can't stand up together to take care of them.
So we can lay down and make babies, but we can't stand up to take care of him. That is from Umar Johnson's own mouth. But you got how many children out there? All right. Reports of 3, maybe 4. I know to myself, just by watching you, I don't have all the records, like I said, like Lynn Honor and them that's been going through some of the databases and things like that. So you got 3, maybe 4, right? Remember when he was in front of this lady, and I think there was in the UK, and she was trying to, politely break down that, hey, well, my child said, he's got baby mamas that he's taking care of. So how is he gonna teach us about black family and he got children he's not taking care of? Remember that? We'll get that one here in a second.
Ooh, family advocate mediation support says, yeah.
And he needed to make sure that there would be enough inmates to fill those prisons. The child support system is not about taking care of children. The child support system is about incriminating the poorest element of African-American males who are living on less than $10,000 a year and then punishing them for not being able to make a payment that in all reality, they will not be able to make.
Nerese Cox said, so what's your suggestion, Dr. Umar?
My suggestion for?
I think she's referring to in terms of the child support. What's your suggestion for a woman receiving child support? But I think Attorney Sperling had a rather good suggestion, which was equal custody and equal pay. What are your
Oh, by the way, shout out to lawyer Dennis Sperling. I like his content.
thoughts on that, Dr. Umar?
I definitely like the idea of equal custody and equal pay. We also need to keep in mind that when it comes to black men, there's 2 different groups, if you would, economically within the child support system. You have the professional black men, and then you have your brothers who are working class and also impoverished. And it is the brothers who are working class and impoverished that we are most concerned about. Of course, the professional black man can pay his child support, but what about the brother with a prison record, 2 or 3 strikes on his name, a GED, a high school diploma? And even if he wants to improve himself economically, he has a felony on his record that doesn't allow him to access the federal grants. He can't access the student loans. He's trapped. What about?
Now, what I will say is that, again, like I said, I believe that the child support system is flawed, okay, in certain ways. However, Umar Johnson, what class is he going to put himself in? Is he putting himself in the professional class? Is he putting himself in the impoverished class? Because remember, Umar Johnson does not have a job at this moment, okay? His whole money-making, apparatus is FDMG. It is speaking engagements, is this raggedy-ass book that he has out, or books, plural. Okay. And, whenever something happens, he's able to capitalize off of it. Or he gets speaking engagement. He gets to go on the Breakfast Club or, the Chop Tea podcast or his Up There podcast or Art of Dialogue. And he gets money off of that, right? So these are all the ways that he makes money. He does not have a job. Umar Johnson would be considered a 1099, or does he even have a 1099? Because he doesn't even own his own business. So we can't even put Umar Johnson in the 1099 category. So he's literally, going for pillar to post, speaking engagements, PayPal for FDMG, podcasts, and gifts. Where is it? Hold on, I gotta find it. The gifts. Donations, right?
Donations.
That's how he makes his money.
Donations.
That's how he makes his money. Let's continue.
Why are we expecting men who can barely care for themselves to be able to pay child support for the child? And the other thing, we have to look at support as broader than just a financial contribution. It bothers me that we limit support to a financial contribution. He can be the babysitter. He can take him to school. He can be the aftercare provider. There's so many other ways that a father can.
We can't forget about the raw cash.
Just giving out money to the mother.
You know, that's an interesting thought, because I always
Can't
say
forget about the raw cash.
I always say that men don't mind supporting women as long as they're sleeping with them. And then when they're not sleeping with her, they ain't really trying to support them anymore. But women, now I'm thinking about women. Women don't mind bearing the load when they sleeping with a man. They don't mind if he doesn't have a job. They don't mind if he doesn't pay the bills. Many, there are women who will take a man at his worst. Please, Dr. Umar?
So, yes, I think both gentlemen are right, the elder and the attorney. The issue is we have to keep in mind that a lot of the Black men we're talking about are working poor. So they cannot pay that $5,000 retainer for the paternity fee. We also have to recognize that the child support system itself is financially exploitative. There are fees associated with everything you do. If you're late with your payment, there's an interest rate there. There's an interest payment that has to be made. If you want to file a modification, that costs money. There is money associated with every single thing you do.
So y'all got that right. He's complaining about the child support system more and more and more. Again, I would say that while his complaints, or the complaints in general, have a little bit of validity. We're talking about Umar Johnson that hasn't had a relationship with his children's mother, that has doxed their mother, that hasn't been around or attempted to be around because he's always flying across the country, around the world, doing all these speaking engagements and meetings and stuff. So when he's even have time to spend time with his children, right? And then he's always on IG Live. He's always promoting himself. He's always promoting another business like that dashiki thing he had, right? He's always promoting things. So when does he actually have time to take care of or be present in his children's life, right? So for me, it's not the child support system itself. It's, Umar, how you're navigating the system. You're not navigating. You actually you're not navigating at all. Oh, by the way, you pay your child support in bulk, right? You pay your child support in bulk. So let me get to the next video I would like to highlight here. Let me go find it real quick. This here, acidic woman. Here we go. Let's listen to this real quick. Let's listen here. If I can find this, make sure it's up. All right, here we go. Now, let's go here. This is Umar Johnson. This was a year ago. Woman confronts Dr. Umar Johnson about his 3 baby mamas. He was in the UK doing a speaking engagement, of course. And this woman asked Umar Johnson a simple question, which is valid. How can you teach these brothers and women, these ladies, about family, about Black families and children, things like that, and psychologize these people, and you don't pay child support yourself? You pay child support in bulk. You haven't been in your children's lives. Let's watch.
Good evening, Queen.
It was lovely to hear you speaking this evening, okay? And I just want to say to you, amongst this whole room, there's a generation of us that are secondary generations who are parents that came to Britain to build up this country, okay? I've heard everything you had to say this evening. Now, on top of all of that, all of us are sitting here, we have all got children ourselves. You targeted one thing for me this evening is the speech that you're making this evening is well and good doing it to us, but it's the children after us that need to be hearing this, because I'm going to be dying and my next generation is my children and everybody else's children in this room, who at the end of the day is not hearing this preaching.
No, you cannot.
Now, I'm going to say one thing to you, yeah? I told my son, my youngest, he's 27 years old, he was raised appropriately, he works, he has a profession, okay? I told him, I'm coming to Birmingham to see you. He said, I said, I'm going to see Umar Johnson. He went, no, Mum, you're going to see Dr. Umar. And I said, that was great. Then I told him how I watched you the other day on WhatsApp about your honey bunnies, no white bunny, chocolate bunny.
Bunny.
Which color bunny? And he was promoting all our black sisters. Do you know what my son said to me? He said, Mum, I understand all that. But and I'm just going to quote what my 27-year-old said to me, who actually knows about you. Well, I don't know what he knows, but what he said was, Mum, why is it if he's talking about representing the black sisters and the black sisters, man, our brothers need to know who we are and be dating the black sisters in the community or go and find them in every other race. He said, why is it that Dr. Umar has three, please let me just say this, right? Why does he have 3 children with 3 baby mothers?
3.
And if they're all black queens, why has he not taken one of those queens and made them his absolute queen and showed the black brothers that no matter what children you have, one of your mothers should be your permanent wife?
Now, this woman asked the question that we all been wanting to know. Why, Umar Johnson? Why? You have at least 2 that we know about. People do research that says 3, maybe even 4. You haven't married any of them. You've had the conscious stripper. You had Zora. You had the young woman that was taking care of your children. You had Lene. You have 2, 3, 4 baby mamas. You mean tell me you made none of them your main squeeze? You made none of them your relationship. None of them was relationship material. And you didn't eventually marry any of them. But you come in and you say, hey, well, we need to marry our black queens. You give every color, chocolate this and mahogany and caramel and this, that, other, that's bullshit. But you haven't married one of these women. And you've had a plethora of them along the way, not to mention the ones that we don't know about, right? You know, you was on a podcast the other day talking about you need to make sure you have, Shango discipline, right? That's what you was talking about, huh? By the way, peace. Information man enters the chat. Respect, peace and respect to Information Man. Y'all go subscribe to Information Man. His content is top tier, all right? Go check him out. So yes, this woman asked us a simple but very interesting question that he will gloss over, of course. And of course, most of them said, well, I think that what podcast he did the other day was like, it was a bad time. I wasn't, in the right frame of mind, or, I was young, then I was playing the field, stuff like that. He makes a bunch of excuses why he hasn't married any of these women yet. Right?
My son said to me.
That's powerful.
Powerful. I did say to my son, no, but listen, Dr. Umar, I did say to my son, when you are in the media, people will find a way to discredit you. So please don't listen to everything that you hear. But sometimes there's no smoke without fire. So I had to just say to him, I do not know about what you're talking about, and what he hears, he does not know it's a guaranteed fact neither. But I was just about to bring that to you. Okay?
Great point.
Thank you.
And it's a good question.
Right.
Powerful.
And my answer would simply be that my oldest daughter is 22 years old. There's no need to marry her mother, and there's reasons why I didn't marry her mother.
Of course.
And my 13-year-old princess is the only juvenile child that I have. My oldest is grown now. So it's really only one whose mother I would need to marry. And I'm not going to go into why. Just know that my
Salute working man. Hashtag where the white women at.
Can be a support to my work.
KFG.
Family.
KFG that came up here with the $4.99. He said, salute working man. Hashtag where the white women at. Yes. Where the white women at? He said, where the white women at? And yes.
Family.
Where they at?
Family.
I don't know. They're not here with Umar Johnson, though, because he kicked them all out.
I can't. It gotta be a support. And I'm going to get married. Because I without my queens.
He can't have a school without his queens. Y'all hear that? Let me run that back one more time. So they eventually will get married when? In 2099? When?
Have a school without my queens.
He can't have a school without his queens. Y'all heard that? y'all like that drop? By the way, Kev G Respect, he is a working man member. And by the way, hey y'all, I implore you, hit the link somewhere in my channel right there and hit the channel membership. Join the channel membership. Please, I implore y'all, join the channel membership, okay? For a small fee, you become a part of the union. All right? Now, let's go to the next video I want to showcase, okay? And this is, I believe, when he was, let's see here, let me get that. Let's see here. When his daughter came out, I don't have his daughter's video. I'm gonna refer back to Kogo's video for that. But his daughter came out, and then he had to, matter of fact, hold that right there. Hold that. We're gonna come here. Pull that out. And hold on a second, y'all. Umar Johnson, Baby Mama Drama. Where is it? Pull this up. Is this the one? Yes, this is the one right here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let me run it back. All right, let's go. This is Umar Johnson. As he was talking about he was going through the story of the evil vegan and Mama Smurf, all right? Check this out.
Smurf, can you please ask Mama Smurf why you wasn't breastfed? Your mother refused to breastfeed you because I wanted her to. She put you on white man's milk.
White man's milk.
Don't let me get started. Don't let me. I got some stories for that ass. I got some stories, but let me not digress. She tried to destroy my life while she did nothing to the man who bust her windows out. Thank God I called the police and had that police report. Now, Mama Smurf, I'm going to drop a bomb on you, Mama Smurf. And I'm going to drop a bomb on Ms. Vegan. I'm talking to baby mama number 1, Mama Smurf, and I'm talking to baby mama number 2, Mrs. Vegan. Let me say this about the baby mama
vegan.
There is a silver lining in this Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf scandal. There's a little piece of silver lining in this Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf scandal.
His phone skills are terrible.
Piece of silver lining in the Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf dishonesty tour. Dishonesty and Revenge tour. The Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf Dishonesty and Revenge tour. The only silver lining about it is y'all making me go after my baby girl 50 times harder. Y'all making me go after my baby girl 50 times harder. So I done already sent the message to baby mama number 2, Ms. Vegan. You have 2 weeks to produce my child, who you've been keeping from me while I've been paying child support. Just like baby mom number 1, it's deja vu. It's deja vu. Collecting my child support, denying me my child. Collecting my child support, denying me my child. Collecting my child support, denying me my child. So baby mama number 2, we talking to Miss Vegan right now. We ain't talking about Mama Smurf. She old news. She old crusty news. We talking about Mrs.
Crusty news.
If I do not meet and see my child by Saturday, March 29th, Mrs. Vegan, I will be going live and I'm going to tell the whole world information you don't want them to know. And Mrs. Vegan, I don't want to put your business in the streets. You are the mother of my beautiful African princess. You are the mother of my beautiful African princess. And I respect you, Ms. Vegan. I respect you. But you are not going to deny me my child anymore. We have a child support hearing coming up because you want more money. And no problem, I will be at the child support hearing. But we're not talking about child support right now. We're talking about a relationship between the prince and the princess. We're talking about a relationship between Queen Kong and King Kong. I better see my baby in the next 2 weeks. You better text me, date, time, place.
You better.
And once I see my child, you and I will schedule uninterrupted visits.
Now, riddle me this, everyone. Do you think has any man in the history of child support system, right, has ever demanded to a woman, you will bring my child here, and after that, we will have a discussion about XYZ. You throwing demands around when, let's be clear, and, for better or for worse, she has the child. She's the custodial parent. She has the leverage, the upper hand, whatever you want to call it, the responsibility. You cannot put any demand on her at all. Okay? And really, you doing this live that you did, you doing this could have been used in court against you for, doxing, cyberbullying, things like that. You even doing this can be used against you to keep you from seeing your child, and could up your child support, because the less time you have, sometimes the more you have to pay, because the custodial parent, which in this case would be your child's mother, has the child most of the time. And whoever has the child most of the time, guess what? You got to pay for that. So if you don't have 50-50, if you don't have any kind of schedule, guess what? You got to pay more. All the stuff you're talking about in here, this is going to work against you in a court of civil court, right?
In your house. We're not doing grandmama couch no more. I'm taking my daughter out with me, and she's going to spend quality time with me. She's going to go on the road with me. She's going to Africa with me. She's going to London with me. She's going to Jamaica with me. We're going to create a custody agreement outside of the white man. Oh, yes. Black.
but
Family.
How are you going to force her to create a schedule outside of whatever the legal agreement is y'all set in court, in family court? So you mean tell me you're going to tell her how this going to go? And she's going to be like, okay, yeah, sure, Umar, I got it, no problem.
Family.
How is that going to work? How? You dragging her name in the mud on IG, and she's supposed to just come back and say, oh, you know what, I'm back. I wave the white flag, Umar, you know what? Whatever you want. This guy.
Self-determination. We're going to get back to Garveyism starting today. Since you have time to go find Mama Smurf and Baby Smurf. Baby Smurf said that Baby Smurf said that Miss Vegan found her mother to ask her if we were still in a relationship. Miss Vegan, is that true? Mrs. Vegan, according to my eldest child. Mrs. Vegan, according to my eldest child, you reached out to Mama Smurf to find out if I was still dating Mama Smurf. Listen. I didn't want to marry Mama Smurf when she had my child. I didn't want to marry Mama Smurf after she had my child. And I damn sure don't want Mama Smurf now. So you don't need to be asking Mama Smurf if we in a relationship. Absolutely not. Any woman.
All right, Jessica. Hey, of course, timestamps will be on after the live. So feel free to come back whenever you want, whatever time. Okay, I'll have timestamps in here after the live is over with. So feel free to catch the replay. All right. And hype it, if you will, please, if you come back for the replay, all right? If you had to leave at any time during this live, come back and hype the video when you come back for the replay. That would be greatly appreciated. Now, I can't hear this no more because he must have his phone sitting on top of something, because the voice he got is muffled. This guy, he's on IG all the time. It's like he can't get this right. So what I would like to do now is go to one more video before I go to the case in question and show y'all something else that he was talking about, because after this, he didn't get his child back, so then he had to go out and expose his baby mamas. Let me see if I can find this video. Where is it? Yes, this one right here. Here we go. Yes. Y'all remember this? He had the belt on. Remember this? Yeah, he came in. He was talking mad shit in this video. All right, remember this?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism,
peace and Pan-Africanism.
This is your big brother, Dr. Umar
Ifatunde Oguntade
Nana
Payina.
And this is a special new moon, partial solar eclipse in Aries presentation, as well as a special Neptune enters Aries for the first time since the American Civil War presentation. I'm coming to you Sunday, March the 30th, with a very special presentation to clear my name and my mission. Before I get started, I want to say good Garvey Day to my continental Africans.
Continental Africans.
My Nigerian Africans.
Here go roll call time.
My Liberian, my Gambian, my Congolese, my Habesha Africans, my Ethiopian, my Eritrean, my Nubian, my South African, my Zulu, my Xhosa, my Khoi, my Swazi, to Angola, to Mozambique, to Lesotho, to Togo, to Benin, to Cameroon, to Burkina Faso, to Mali, to Niger. Peace and Pan-Africanism to Madagascar. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward this real quick. Get to the meat of this.
With a special shout out to my fellow citizens of the Republic of Ghana. Where are my Ghanaian Africans at? Scotia, my Montreal, my Central and South America. See you guys on April the 26th. When I was in Sweden 2 weeks ago, getting ready to go to an event, my eldest daughter, I got notice that my eldest daughter, quote unquote, exposed me.
Now, let's go to this exposure real quick, okay? We're going to go to Kogo's video, and fair use to Kogo. Umar Johnson's 5th grade graduation speech exposed by his daughter. I want to fast forward to the parts where his daughter is speaking. Let me find some of the parts where she's talking about Umar Johnson. Or really, I can just go to all of it, but you know what? Let's go. Let's just go here. Oh, here we go. Let's go.
My biological father is Dr. Umar. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life.
Young men, I need you to understand.
This whole entertainment, social media shit was not in my mind. I wanted to be a heart surgeon, I swear to God.
But when you get your education, when you graduate high school, when you achieve
As I got older, I just realized what my purpose was. Like, it's okay to grow up and realize you like different things. Like, in 10 years, I might not even want to do the social media shit no more. Who knows? I feel like I will, not even just social media, just like being an entertainer, being a comedian, stuff like that, because that's a whole industry in itself. But as I got older, I just realized, you know what? I love the camera. I started making YouTube videos at 13.
Parents!
For that dumbass comment. Dr. Umar said he was trying to give you a place to stay, but you rather pretend to be homeless. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not.
The most important thing you can give these babies is your Time, your time.
Umar got my number from when I was texting him when that whole situation happened. Umar is not trying to help me at all. Matter of fact, I don't even have that number. He know my Instagram. He can DM me. He hasn't done it. Why? Because he don't give two fucks about me.
The most important thing you can give these babies is your Time.
And instead of telling the internet, I don't give two fucks about my daughter, he rather get on here and lie and pretend like he's trying to help me out. He's not. He's not.
Your Time.
If Umar wanted to help me, Umar can DM me. He has 1.1 million followers. He's doing this for his image. I don't know how much money that man got. I don't give two fucks. He's not trying to help me. And if he was, y'all know, I would post about it. I would let y'all know so y'all can see another side of him. But that's not true. He's not trying to help me. And I would really like if people would stop running off with the narrative like he's trying to help me, because he's not.
They not going to remember the Air Jordans, your boy. They not going to remember the Easter outfit. They might not remember the graduation outfit, but they will remember how much time they spent with mom. They will remember how much time they spent with dad.
Telling me all this lies and this bullshit. You calling me? This lady said I was a narcissist. She said you turned out just like your dad and you got a chip on your shoulder.
But they will remember how much time they spent with mom.
I was raised, my mom raised me, single mom.
But they will remember how much time they spent with mom.
I had a good upbringing, my mom raised me, you feel me? Me and my mom don't have the best relationship, but at the end of the day, she raised me, so, you know, I can't say nothing bad about it.
They will remember how much time they spent with dad.
Umar don't do and never has did nothing for me.
They will remember how much time they spent with dad.
The only thing I can remember Umar did was he took me to a bookstore in Pittsburgh.
They will remember how much time they spent with dad.
And when I was at DCS, the school in West Philly off Parkside and Belmont, whatever that street called, Discovery Charter School. He came there and got me a big ass chocolate cupcake. That's all the nigga did.
75% of them had no learning problems at all. Their problem is they were lazy. And parents, I need you to make sure your children understand that laziness will not be accepted in your home. If the homework ain't done right, you make them do it over.
And I remember Umar being stern as shit because one day I had to come home and do homework. He was like, "You're not watching no TV until you finish."
Now, this is the story he always talks about how his daughter didn't want to do homework or something like that, and because of that, it's like his daughter looked at him as like the bad guy, like a mean dad or something like that. He always tells that story. I've heard him tell that story like 2 or 3 times. This is what I believe what she's referring to. Of course, I guess that is the last vivid memory that she has of her dad. I mean, again, there's 2 sides to every story, but we haven't even heard Umar's story, so that's part of the problem. He didn't really say a lot about his children until this actually broke out, and then he started talking more about his daughter. And when he did that, it was only to defend himself and to, insult her because they insulted him.
Your homework. Like, Umar just strict as shit. No. But you calling me a narcissist and you telling me that I turned out just like my dad.
And mom and dad, if y'all can't get along, you had better get along in front of those children. There's nothing more destructive to the emotional health of a child than to see mommy and daddy fight and argue in front of them, because they are 50% mom, 50% dad, and when you fight, you're attacking them on both sides.
Text me, you and your mom can meet for dinner. You used to beat the shit out my mom though.
And mom and dad, if y'all can't get along, you had better get along in front of those children. There's nothing more destructive to the emotional health of a child than to see mommy and daddy fight and argue in front of them.
You used to beat the shit out my mom. Why the fuck would she want to deal with you? You need to be in fucking jail. But you on the internet trying to tell other black people how to lead? Aren't you building a school in Wilmington? So you doing all this for all these other black kids, but not doing nothing for your 2 daughters.
Conflict resolution.
Now, let me go back here to this part right here.
You used to.
There's nothing more destructive to the emotional health of a child than to see mommy and daddy fight and argue in front of them.
You used to.
Now, you listen to all this stuff he's talking about, this 5th grade class, this message he's giving, and really, why is he... You're giving a commencement speech to the children, but this message that you're giving is actually for the parents, because the children, this is a deep message that these children don't need to hear. They're 5th graders. Why are you up there? You turn this 5th grade commencement speech into a pity party or a rant about father and mother, relationships and things like that. And you're really projecting your lack of relationship with your child. That's really what's happening right now. He's venting, he's projecting onto this 5th grade class and to the parents in the audience his lack of, what he's done with his daughter or daughters, plural. Let's get back to this right here. Let's go back to this real quick. Then we're gonna get to the main events here.
On her TikTok, she made plenty of allegations, most of which I dealt with from Sweden. For some reason, every time I leave the country, I always fall under attack. I don't know what it is, but every time I leave the country, I fall under attack. Initial rant. I want to go through Baby Smurf's initial rant. Her very, 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 very first TikTok. I want to decode this. It won't take long. This won't take long. And then we'll get into the evil vegan. Now, let me say something. Taking responsibility. I know for a fact that the evil vegan situation happened just under 10 years after the first situation happened, because I had not learned my lesson. As much as I suffered, as much as I was punished with Baby Smurf, I had not learned my lesson. Because if I learned my lesson that the ancestors wanted to teach me, the evil vegan would have never ended up in the same situation. Both of my daughter's mothers are the same age. Both of my daughter's mothers are the same complexion. Both of my daughter's mothers are born in the same month. Both of my daughter's mothers were on birth control until they decided to conceive without making me aware that they stopped using the birth control. And
so you got set up both times that your baby mothers got pregnant, they, unbeknownst to you, went off of their birth control, and then they got pregnant by you. Okay? I mean, does lightning strike in the same place twice sometimes? Yeah, of course it does. But even if it was, well, Umar, you got 2 kids then, bro. It happens to the best of us, right? It happens to a lot of people in the world. You just gotta pay. Then you just gotta pay. You got 2 baby mamas now. I mean, that's all there is to it. So get ready to pay up. Get ready to get that that custody schedule lined out. Because again, it's one's body, her choice, right? You can bring it up. Hey, do you want you want to go to the clinic? She says no. Okay, boom. Well, you know the next steps are, right? I mean, that's really what it is.
Of my daughter's mothers wanted to get married as a result of pregnancy. I'm telling you, the situations are almost identical. The situations are almost identical. Same age, same city, same complexion, same birth month. Both were on birth control. Stop taking it.
You're right. Raw is
both
war.
Had another agenda. They names even rhyme.
They names even rhyme.
They names. In fact, Mama Smurf, the evil vegan, and Baby Smurf, all 3 of their names rhyme with each other. Mama Smurf, the evil vegan, and Baby Smurf, all 3 of their names rhyme. But with that being said, let's get into this.
All right, let's check on the poll real quick. What happened in child support court today, which we're going to get into here shortly. Umar Johnson has to pay more, 67%. Umar Johnson has to pay less, 4%. They all donated to FDMG. That is 29%. Where is it? All right. We're gonna get a few more minutes of this, and then we're gonna get to the main topic, y'all.
Baby Smurf started out her initial TikTok rant. She said, "I'm not."
By the way, if you're just not joining me, Umar Johnson went to child support court today, and it did not go the way he thought it was going to go. All right, we're gonna get into that here shortly. I played some clips from 8 years ago, leading up to today, with Umar Johnson's history with the child support system, his history with his baby mothers, and his oldest daughter. Okay, so we're gonna watch a little bit more of this because this happened after he demanded that his baby mother allow him to see his children. And when that didn't happen, of course, well, now he's on a campaign to reveal and out some of the things that his baby mamas, plural, did to him. Okay? So we're going to get into all of this. Of course, again, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button for all you 136,000 people in attendance. Hit that like button. And again, if you're new to the channel, you're here Ninja watching, try hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell. You won't be disappointed. And of course, if you want to monetarily donate, continue to hit the super chat. You hit the Cash App, join the channel membership. And again, if you're watching on your television, there's 2 QR codes above that you can hit. And you can hit the Cash App, or there's a Ko-Fi link up there as well that you can monetarily donate. Again, also hit the Cash App, hit the super chat if you're on your mobile devices. All right. All donations are greatly appreciated. Of course, continue to participate in the poll and chop it up in the live chat. Let us continue.
Trying to get clout. I'm not trying to get clout. I think we already know that she was trying to get clout. Then she said, I wanted to get to know my sister. Baby Smurf said, I wanted to get to know my sister. Baby Smurf, if you only wanted to get to know your sister, why did it take you until the age of 22 to want to get to know your sister? Why didn't you want to get to know your sister in high school? Why didn't you want to get to know your sister at 18? Why didn't you get to want to know your sister at 19?
Now, you would think that Umar Johnson would try to help blend his family in together. You got 2 baby mamas, you got multiple children, right? The right thing to do is to try to get, for one, your 2 mothers together on one accord, because guess what? Eventually, you're going to have these 2 children see each other and play with each other. If you're going to have, eventually the schedule probably overlap. You're going to have both children at the same time. So it would be best for you to make amends with both your mothers, so that way you can have possibly have both children together at the same time. But you didn't do that. So now you're saying, well, why she didn't want to get to know her sister? Well, why would, I mean, that's really on you to bring them together. First, they can build a relationship off of the initial meet, right? So now that she wants to meet them, really, you should have done that a long time ago. That way they could have that relationship. But now because they haven't, now everything's hitting the fan and she wants to get a relationship. Now you're questioning her, well, why you didn't want to get one before? Well, you should have cultivated that in the very beginning.
What about 20? What about 21? The truth of the matter is, Baby Smurf, this wasn't about your sister. And it wasn't about your father. It was about you slandering me to build a platform so you can get struggle streams. And you only brought my youngest daughter into this situation.
Wow.
So it looked like you had a justified reason for slandering my name. That's why you did this. This wasn't about my daughter and it wasn't about me. This was about you seizing upon an opportunity to launch your struggle streamer career. I've been posting women on my social media, doing Umar voiceovers. I was just on Drewski. Episode got, 10 million views in 2 weeks? 6 million views in a day?
And he's always bragging about how many views this video gets. You're an internet celebrity, Umar. But then you go on the podcast yesterday and you're like, well, I talked to the president of this HBCU and he didn't know me. Everybody doesn't watch fucking trash TV. Everybody doesn't watch reality television. Everybody doesn't watch Drewski. While he is funny, everybody doesn't watch that kind of stuff, okay? All right? You're like, well, why I can't believe he didn't know me. But just because you got views on, X channel, on whatever channel, whatever video doesn't mean everybody knows you. Everybody doesn't watch that stuff. I mean, contrary to popular belief, Umar, there are a lot of people out there that have no idea who you are, right? I mean, if you didn't make yourself so viral, there's a lot of black folks that wouldn't know who you are. But you make yourself go viral, like when you talked about Camilla Anthony the other day, or before that when you was talking about I think Rick Chow, and before that you were talking about the white communities with the Netflix thing. You go viral every once in a while. You do this on purpose to keep yourself in the algorithm and to keep these chitlin circuit, appearances. You do this all the time to keep this. But I mean,
family.
You were thirsty, and you simply used me as your stepping stone. But then Baby Smurf went on to say, I asked if he had her number, and he never responded. Everybody saw the screenshot. Everybody saw the screenshot. You text me from an email address, and I asked you, Baby Smurf, why are you not texting me from your phone if this is my child who pops in and out of my life randomly, never taking me up on an invitation to meet with me? You lied to the people. You lied your ass off on that TikTok rant. You said you just want a conversation with your dad. Well, the last time you texted me, did I not invite you to go eat, have dinner? Let's meet up. The time before that, did I not invite you to meet? Let's have dinner, meet up. The time before that, did I not invite you to meet? Let's have dinner, let's meet up. Every time you've texted me over the past decade, every time you've texted me, I've asked you to see you. And every time I ask to see you, you ghost me and disappear. You stop texting all together. I know why. Because you already told me. You remember you texted me and said my mother doesn't want me communicating with you? You remember that? You said, my mother doesn't want me communicating with you. So I know why you never followed me up on your invitation. But why did you lie to the people and act like you've been trying to find me when you've clearly had my number for 12 years?
If you had his number for 12 years, Umar, how long have you had her number? Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure you have some type of contact with the baby mothers. How come you haven't tried to mend the relationship and try to get a relationship back going with your daughters? Again, there's two sides to every story, right? So I'm pretty sure, there's enough blame to go around. But Umar, a lot of this will be put at your feet. And I would say rightfully so. You understand what I'm saying? But you know what? Let's get to, hold on a second. Let me wait a second here. All right. Let me get to what all you wonderful people came here for in the first place. All right. Let me not hold y'all up any longer, because after this, I want to get into a little bit of the fifth grade commencement speech video. But again, if you're just not getting here, Umar Johnson had a child support hearing yesterday, or today rather, and it did not go well. He, of course, was so gracious to post it on his Instagram, all right, on his IG feed. Okay, so we're going to get into it. I went through the history of Umar Johnson, his baby mamas, and all his problems with the child support system and his daughters and all this kind of stuff. We've gone through all of this, okay? So we're now going to highlight what he said today, all right? Now, again, if you're just not joining me, hit the Cash App, hit the super chat, all right, because I do this for fun, but I also do it for funds, okay? And by the way, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button if you're new to the channel, okay? Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That will help me out a whole lot, okay? So all that being said, let us now get to the evidence in question, all right? Let's go here. Let me take this fair use down. I want y'all to see this and read it good. This is Umar Johnson's Instagram page, okay? We already know he got 1.2 million followers, right? And we're scrolling on down here. Of course, he's going to be on Word Radio here soon on the, let's see here, Word Radio on the 12th of July. I'm sorry, no, the 5th of July. He's going to be on Word Radio. He'll be back on Chop T Podcast on the 12th. Pan-African Fast In, Source of Knowledge, Toronto, Rwanda, Haiti, Nat Turner land, all this kind of stuff. Cambridge Union. He's going to be in all this stuff, right? But of course, he'll be on Chop T Podcast on the 12th. We're going to make sure we check that out when it posts. All right. And of course, taking more pictures with the queens. All right. Taking more pictures at the queens at this Africa Town Fest. Look at them.
Out that prolific.
Hold on, let's run that back.
Black queens forever, Snow Bunnies never. Check out that prolific. Black.
All right, so we got that going on. And then there's two.
Yourself hate. You're going to voluntarily take your African ancestor, God-given ability, earn all this money, and then hand it over to a woman of another race. That's what.
So he's talking about snow bunnies and all that kind of stuff. Well, let's get to the business, y'all, shall we? This is Umar Johnson 5 hours ago, okay? I'm going to read this. Of course, you can go on his page and look at this for yourself, but I'm going to read this. Let me make it bigger so y'all can see it as I'm reading it loud. And I want y'all to listen and listen good, okay? I'm going to make sure I got my good English. I got my PhD English here. Okay? Matter of fact, let me take a drink of my CIA water, okay? Yes. Hopefully I don't croak here in a minute. Now, let's get to it. Says here, I had a child support modification hearing today featuring the evil vegan. She walked into the hearing wearing a hot fluorescent pink abaya and hijab, completely covered from head to toe to save for her face. I wasn't aware she had accepted Islam, which is perfectly fine, or maybe she was just covering up the hair replacement surgery she recently had in the Middle East so it couldn't become a topic of discussion at the child support hearing. So here you go, already trying to throw her under the bus. Trying to throw his baby mama under the bus, saying she had hair replacement surgery in the Middle East recently. Huh? But we're not here for that, Umar, are we? No, we're not. Unfortunately, too many women are using Islamic garb for non-Islamic purposes. Having been raised Muslim, this was the first time in my life I saw a hot fluorescent pink hijab. Anyway, looking like a bright pink highlighter. Okay. Anyway, looking like a bright pink highlighter, she and her attorney proceeded to lie about her income, completely denying the rental properties she owns with her brother, the 2 daycare centers, and 2 restaurants she owns with her mother. So he's throwing her on the bus again, saying she owns all these businesses and blah, blah. Again, that does not matter in child support court because this stuff will be calculated for what she needs for the child, and thus will be calculated off of your income, Umar Johnson. You're a scholar. You should know this, right? You've been to court more than once. You know it. Is it? I'm not saying this right. Do I like the child support system or court? No, I don't. Again, I've paid child support for years. I just stopped paying it this year. And there are a lot of people in the chat, men, that have paid child support before, so they know how the system works. However, it is what it is. Umar Johnson doesn't even have a job to pay this shit. But let's continue. If you're only a daycare employee, how will you... Oh, wait a minute. Hold up.
If Jada Pinkett Smith can grow her edges back, so can the evil vegan Umar. Rolling eyes face emoji.
Family.
Sweet DJ said again, if Jada Pinkett can grow her edges back, so can the evil vegan Umar. Yes, she can go, if she can afford it, she can go get her edges back, whatever, just like men go to Turkey and get their hair replacement surgery. If she wants to go to get her hair redone or get it fixed up, whatever, she can do that, right? Yes, she can. Thank you, sweet DJ. Let me give you the sound effect.
Donations.
Thank you very much.
Donations.
All right, let's continue on with this narrative here, right? Okay. If you're only a daycare employee, how were you able to pay for your flight to the Middle East for your hair transplant? Her and her attorney put on a masterclass on how to lie to the court, completely denying all income. Well, again, this court isn't about her income, it's about yours, how much you gonna pay. But he's a PhD, right? On the other hand, they went through my expenses with a fine-tooth comb. On cross-examination, her black feminist attorney asked me about Breakfast Club interviews, upcoming lectures in Detroit, Newark, London, Cincinnati, Nat Turner Land, who pays for my flights, meals, etc. Yes, Umar, we all want to know where you're getting this fucking money from. All right? Yes. What? Hold up. For what? Andre. What? I'd like to know how that happened. Still owes me 65 and back child support. Oh, my Lord. Jeez. Oh, my goodness. Whew. Okay. Again, happens to women too, all right? So they're not exempt from this. Even though we talk about men being behind and men paying child support a lot, it happens to women too. So thank you, Andre Freeman, for letting us know about your personal story. Thank you. But again, this child support hearing is not about her, Umar. It's about how much money you're going to pay. Again, you're not 1099. You're not a freaking, whatchamacallit, I forgot, employee, the 1099, not 1099, it's 1040, whatever the hell. You don't have a job, Umar. They're going to go through all your finances, your donations. Again, how are you paying for the flights? How are you paying for the meals? How are you paying for these doggone appearances at these podcasts? How are you going to afford to pay for your to keep up with your mother or take care of your mother? How can you afford these rental cars? How can you afford all of this shit?
Enemy spotted.
We want to know. And you still have never to reveal that. You said you live off the people. Yes, indeed. Let's continue. This was absolutely crazy coming from a woman who has denied me access to my child her entire life. She lied about the cost of tuition at that white school. Where is it?
Family.
A whole host of other things. She told the hearing officer that I had threatened her safety, so she couldn't tell me where my daughter attends school. So apparently to Umar, which I don't know how he would know this, but it says she's lied about the cost of tuition at the school that his daughter goes to and a host of other things. I'm sure that's financially regarding his child. And I say his because, again, this woman didn't make it by herself, neither did Umar. So it was their child, ours, right? It was me, hers, and his. So it was her child and it's his child, right? But we're not that's not the point, right? Yeah, how you pay for these Eagles jerseys? Huh? How you pay for them jeans? How you pay for them Air Force Ones, y'all? How you paying for them dashikis? Huh? We want to know. Okay. Now, here's the last part, y'all. Huh? When was this? Really? Where's the police report and restraining order? You really think I don't know where my child attends school? Now, again, this could be... See, here's the other thing, y'all. Umar Johnson has put this on social media. Again, like I said before, when he did all the other stuff, when he was talking about, the soul vegan shit, when he was talking about how my mother's child, she's going to bring her to me and we're going to go to Africa and we're going to all this place together, you making these demands. this does not make you, I mean, Umar Johnson's a freaking scholar by all accounts, right? But his degrees in education, right? I can't take that away from him. He should be smart, right? You know that posting these things on social media, again, do not work in your favor. It could be considered bullying. You're talking about the case, which if you had a lawyer, a white lawyer, like you said, they would advise you not to do this, to let this lay in the background. You continue to do what you do and we'll handle it, right? But you're doing this on Front Street, on Instagram of all places. Do you know this is going to hurt you, right? You Okay, let's continue. I'm sorry for the rant. I don't even communicate with this woman. Absolutely insane. They have now petitioned the judge to demand me to produce receipts of my income while she and her attorney lied about hers. Again, this is not about her or her money, her income. It's about yours, Umar, because you're the one paying this child support. My daughter has been asking to see me, and she has denied all contact, even telephone calls. The princess of Pan-Africanism will be 18 in 3 years. Just how long does she plan to deny her child her father? I thought she'd be more mature at this stage in her life. If anyone in Philadelphia can help me access information about her business and rental properties for the upcoming child support hearing, please do get in contact with me. These two miserable women want me penniless. Well, I would argue, Umar, because you technically do not have a job. I mean, we don't know how much money you have. You could be penniless, you could be rich. We will never know. And you live a rather meager lifestyle by all accounts. So we don't know how much money you actually have. Perhaps that hot pink outfit was cooking her brain yesterday in family court.
Bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
Now I wonder if he's going to take this down. Like most people, I'm sure other people will cover this as the hours go by, right? I'm pretty sure Umar Johnson, he might take this down later after I've talked about this. He might not. I don't know. Of course, I have my screenshots and things like that. I'm sure other people have screenshot this already by now for content. But like I said before, you know this is going to hurt you. You know this is going, you had a full-on rant, man. Like, you know how big this post is right here? Like, I had to make it bigger to read it all because how'd you fit this in one picture, right? And then you also wrote it here on the side. You also wrote it over here. And matter of fact, check this out, y'all. Here's something else I'd like to add here. He edited this 4 hours ago where he took out the last paragraph on the caption, right? But he didn't want to delete it because he wanted everybody to know he's upset with his baby mama. So he deleted the last part here, but it's still on the post, right? And he didn't want to completely delete it because then he had to repost it and all that kind of stuff. And Umar Johnson doesn't usually delete and repost stuff. So he edited the caption, left the picture up. It's too much. I didn't even know IG could let you get that many words in one caption anyway, but sheesh. So here we are. Umar Johnson is upset because the evil vegans, feminist lawyers are about to crack his finances open. And so what he wants to do is go on the offensive, and he wants to reach out to people, see if he can get some kind of dirt or information on her finances, right? Let me read this one more again. If anyone in Philadelphia can help me, hold on, let me raise it up. If anyone in Philadelphia can help me access information about her businesses, rental properties for the upcoming child support hearing, please do get in contact with me. Oh, by the way, now we know she lives in Philadelphia, right? Because you said in Philadelphia, so now we know where at least the state she resides in. She's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So we know that much now. I mean, can we be even more foolish and selfish and narcissistic? I don't want to use the word narcissistic, but Can we be any more foolish about this? Again, you should have a legal team that should be telling you, hey, Umar, don't post this, man. Don't put this on social media because this is going to hurt you. Because again, for the upcoming child support hearing, which means this is not over. He will likely go back to court in the next month or so, depending on when they schedule this. He's going to have to go back to court and reveal his finances, ladies and gentlemen, which I don't know if this will be a public. I mean, might see if I can figure out if I can get some kind of public records on this case. I'm pretty sure Lynn Honor will be on top of this, so he might have some public records about this. But I wonder if there's any kind of court hearings. This stuff's usually not public, but I'm pretty sure they got some kind of upcoming court appearances on this. Y'all run if y'all go to CCC later on, because I think Lynn is going live tonight. Please ask Lynn about this and see if you can get some kind of record on this. If this is if this hit the database yet, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna go back to child support here very soon. They got a lawyer now; she's got her legal team, and they're gonna want to increase on this. They're gonna want to get more money out of Umar, even though she's turning 18 or whatever. You still got 3 years to pay child support, and I'm sad to say, but in most times they want it all until it's over. And if she goes to college, you gotta pay more. So. Yep. Oh, visit for the Cookie Crush chat. Well, hey, we welcome you. We welcome you. Greetings from the Working Man Union. The Cookie Crush chat is up in the building, All right. Well, we know y'all are undefeated, right? Producing pay stubs is standard practice. Yes, it is. But here's the problem. Umar Johnson doesn't have pay stubs. Huh? Does he have Cashapp records? Does he have PayPal records? Does he have records of his mail donations? Does he have records of any other donations or any type of contributions from these podcasts that had him on? Does he have any of this stuff to present to the court and say, hey, this is all the money I made? This is how much I have in my PayPal account. This is how much I have in my personal account with this account this bank that I had since I was, 11 or whenever the hell he had it, since I was 16, 17. Does he have any of this stuff? No. But you're going to have, whatever money that you make, you're going to have to disclose all of it. You're going to have to disclose all of it to the court. Hope y'all enjoyed that segment. Now, I would like to cover the commencement speeches. Y'all still want to stick around for that? Y'all put 1s in the chat if you want to stick around. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all done. We want me to wrap it up. We can go a few minutes on this commencement speech if you like, okay? But if not, then we can wrap it up for the evening. Cole goes up in the building. I want to go through this commencement speech a little bit. So if you're up for it, we can continue on with the show for a few more minutes and go through this commencement speech. Y'all let me know down in the chat what y'all want to do. 1s in the chat if you want me to continue. Put 2s in the chat if you want me to shut it down. All right. We got some 1s here. We got 1s. Come on, we got. Yes, he does. He got way more than me. Way more than me. But, I'll try to get the best show possible with the information I can muster up. All right, we got some 1s in chat, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's go to the commencement speech. This is the full version. Now, again, Kogo did post it, but this is the full version. It's 20 minutes long. I'm going to put on 1.25 speed. We're going to try to get through it. This hypocrisy of Dr. Umar Johnson talking to these damn kids when his own children are suffering, and he's probably going to pay more money in child support court. Let's go.
It's an honor to be here. And I want to thank Miss Lisa Stewart and Miss Felicia Swain for making this possible. Please give them a round of applause. And we've come here today to celebrate our young.
Thank you to the new sub from the Cookie Crush chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, make a change. He has a lot of receipts too. Yes, he does. Absolutely.
Our boys and our girls. But after today, They will no longer be our boys and our girls. They'll be our young men and our young women. Yes. Dr. Umar wants to personally congratulate you on a job well done. You are sitting here today because you came to school.
How is he calling these kids young men? I mean, this is a 5th grade graduation, Umar. How old can these kids be? They're 5th grade. They could be like what? I mean, what, like, I don't know, 5th grade, it's gotta be what, 9, 10 years old? I mean, they're coming into adolescence here another couple of years, but I mean, you kind of blame the head laying on thick, ain't you?
Most of the time. You did your work most of the time. You passed your tests most of the time. And you followed your teachers' and parents' directions most of the time. Now, these past 5 years may have not been easy. And for some, it may have been easier. But I want to let our young people know, as well as our parents, that we celebrate you today, but the hard work begins tomorrow. Because after you leave here today, you are no longer the 5th grade class of 20.
By the way, let's check it on this poll real quick. What happened in child support court today? Does Umar have to pay more? 70% said yes, he does. 4% said he has to pay less, and 26% said they all donated to FDMG. I'm going to close this poll out and start one more real quick as we get toward the end of the show. Thank y'all for participating in that chat. I'm finna ramp up another poll here, so y'all stay tuned for that.
26. You are the graduating class of 27, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That would be, is that 2033? Is it 2033? Am I right on that? No? So it's the class of 2033. That means you have 7 more years. 7 more years to come to school. 7 more years to do your work. 7 more years to pass the tests. 7 more years to follow instructions. And young people, I want to be honest with you. I'm concerned that some of you won't be at that finish line in 2033. Because outside that building, outside that wall, your parents know, your teachers know. Dr. Umar knows all too well that there are some challenges that are waiting for you in the community. There's challenges waiting for you at your middle school. And today we want to motivate you and encourage you to stay focused when you get to middle school. Young men, I need you to understand that as much as you might want to be a basketball player, as much as you might want to be a football player, as much as you might want to be a track star, as much as you might want to be an entertainer or a musician, I need you to understand that you are more likely to go professional in something other than sports and entertainment. And I'm going to challenge your fathers today. Because sometimes Dr. Umar has to get on our fathers for letting our boys sometimes grow up thinking they're going to be the next Kobe Bryant. They're going to be the next Michael Vick. They're going to be the next Michael Jordan. We need you to understand that only 1% of all high school athletes go professional. You have a greater chance of being struck by lightning than becoming a professional athlete or entertainer. But when you get your education, when you graduate high school, when you go off to college, you don't have to rely on physical skill. You don't have to rely on physical gifts and talents. Because if you have the discipline, if you have the commitment, if you have the desire, and if you have the determination, being a doctor is not a matter of luck. Being an engineer is not a matter of luck. Being a scientist is not a matter of luck. Being a business owner is not a matter of luck. See, what they don't tell you about the NFL and NBA, you can be the best football player.
All right, y'all, please participate in the poll if you will, okay? The poll question is, which lip balm should Nick Fury buy? 25% said chapstick, 50% said Carmex, and 25% said you can't fix those goddamn ashy soup coolers.
Family.
Continue to vote in the poll, y'all. Appreciate the participation. Let's continue.
But if you're not at the right place, at the right time, to get discovered by the right coach, at the right school, as good as you are, you may never get your opportunity.
Right.
But if you say...
Now, again, this is a 5th grade graduation, man. Like, why are you being so intense, man? I mean, this is a real simple speech, right? You know, hey, kids, you know, you did great. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you continue to make your parents proud. You know, make sure you're doing good in school. You're behaving properly. You know, you give respect to your fellow classmates. Blah blah. You know, you can make it sound a little bit, you know, scholarly, but now you're having a full blown red, black, and green, you know, thing about it, right? Like this is not necessary. Now you're yelling and carrying on. I mean, and really the conversation has pivoted from the students to the parents, which the stuff that you're talking about right now. I mean, gosh.
I want to be a surgeon. If you say I want to be an astronomer, if you say I want to be an astronaut or a teacher or a nurse, you don't have to worry about being in the wrong place or the right place at the right time to meet the right person. You just have to do your work when it's due at the right place at the right time, and you will achieve the goal.
Yeah. Sasquatch. I never heard of Sasquatch before.
Mothers and fathers and grandparents and members of the community to understand.
I never heard of Sasquatch before. I've heard of birds, bees before, but Sasquatch, I'm gonna look that up.
That we can have our children growing up believing in a dream. They need to believe in something that is absolutely destined to happen as long as they put their minds to it. Mothers and fathers, I want to say thank you because your job was not easy.
No, it wasn't.
Your job was not easy. You had to pay the bills. You had to keep the lights on. You had to pay for the graduation pictures. You had to pay for the field trips. Gas, electric, water. You had to do that on your own. And even when you didn't have it, sometimes your child wanted something that they might not have needed, but you didn't want to deny them. So you robbed Peter to pay Paul.
See, he's talking about robbing Peter to pay Paul. He's talking about stuff that you're talking to the parents now. This was a commencement speech for the children. Now you're going on a tangent about how parents need to take care of their children, how they were down bad at one point. They was robbing Peter to pay Paul and this kind of stuff. This is even, you're talking to fifth graders. Again, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, depending on if they're early or late in school. You're talking to kids, man. And you're talking about robbing Peter to pay Paul. Some of the kids don't know what the hell that means. These, metaphors and stuff like this. I mean, stick to the point, man. Get the speech over and get out of there.
Put a smile on your baby's face. I want the parents to know I know you struggled to get here. I know you went through hell to get here today.
The parents
Some of you dealing with the loss of friends, the loss of loved ones. Some of you dealing with medical problems of your own. Some of you dealing with the everyday challenges of being someone of color in the United States of America. I understand the challenges. So we don't just celebrate your children. We celebrate you too.
Oh my God.
But parents, your job is just getting started.
Just getting
started. You got 7 more years. And when these babies get to 6th grade in the fall, in the summer, your job has only begun. And the first thing I want to tell my parents right from the beginning, I say this to you as a school psychologist, listen to me well. Your first job is to teach your children discipline. And I want you to understand what Dr. Umar's definition of discipline is. Because as someone who tests children for mentally gifted every day, as someone who evaluates children for autism and ADHD and reading disabilities every day, I'm here to tell you, Pittsburgh, just like I tell your counterparts down in Philadelphia, in Lancaster, Chester, Coatesville, Reading, I tell them the same thing. Most of our children don't have learning disabilities.
See now he's talking about ADHD and freaking all these mental health diagnoses. We're not even talking about commencement speech no more. Now we're talking about
and over 75% of every boy, every girl who sat across from me to get that IQ test. 75% of them who sat across from me to get that reading test, that math test.
Yes. Now he's just ranting now. He's just talking now he's on a tangent now.
Their problem is they were lazy. And parents, I need you to make sure your children understand that laziness will not be accepted in your home. If the homework ain't done right, you make them do it over.
Now we're talking about how we're going to punish the children. Well, they don't do it right. You're going to make it do it over. Like, oh, boy.
Go outside until the chores are done. You got to teach your children discipline. And what is my definition? I want you to hear my definition. Because the reason why our children suffer is not because they lack the potential. It's not because they lack the ability. It's not because they don't have the know-how. They don't have the desire. My definition of discipline is real simple. And don't you ever forget it. Discipline is the ability to do what you don't want to do when it has to be done, whether you like it or not. That is what you got to do with these babies to get them across that stage in 2033. Discipline. No excuses.
Discipline, no excuses.
One of the things.
By the way, his dad was a drill sergeant, right? So now he's yelling and talking about what kind of disciplinary measures he's going to give to these children to make them be motivated and do the stuff they need to do to, you know, be good students, right? Not again with this has ceased to be a commencement speech. We're like what? We're almost 9 minutes in of a 20-minute speech. This has ceased to be a commencement speech now. Now we're talking to the parents now, solely to the parents now.
It always puzzles me is when parents come into the school looking for special ed evaluation.
Creflo Johnson.
Dr. Umar, I think she got a reading problem. Dr. Umar, I think he got ADHD. Ain't no daddy at home disorder. Dr. Umar.
Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no daddy at home disorder. What he had. What he got.
Wait a minute now. If crack is no good, if speed is no good, if opioids are no good, black mother and father, how can those other drugs be any good? Come on. Listen. There was no ADHD before 1987. There was no ADHD before 1987. The American Psychiatric Association invented it in 1987. Is that a coincidence? Same decade as the mass incarceration of black fathers. They came up with the drugs to placate the boys while they mass incarcerated the fathers. He don't need drugs, he needs his dad. He don't need drugs, he needs some discipline. He don't need drugs, he needs some direction. He don't need drugs, he needs some dedication. He don't need drugs, he needs a new diet. Too much sugar, too much caffeine, too much high fructose corn syrup. You can't give him.
So you know what's going? He got where is it? He got too many zebra cakes.
Enemy spotted.
He got too many ginger ales.
Enemy spotted.
All right. He got too many cupcakes.
Enemy spotted.
Huh? He got too much caramel in his diet.
Enemy spotted.
Huh? He talking about, we got too much sugar and he got too much this and that in his diet.
Captain Crunch and Fruity Pebbles and expect them to sit still all day when he pumped full of sugar. Take the sugar out the kitchen, mothers and fathers.
What?
But this
you ain't taking my sugar.
I want all parents to promise me this. Your children will read
Yeah.
a book.
Wait a minute. I almost forgot. Yeah. He got a gym problem. That's what he got. He got a gym problem.
Ain't no fucking way.
Of course. How'd I forget?
A week all summer.
Okay.
Every week, a new book. You got public libraries in Allegheny County. Take them to the public library. Every week, a new book. And why does Dr. Umar want you to make sure these young men and women read a book a week? Turn off Facebook. Turn off Snapchat. Turn off Instagram.
Umar Johnson, when are you going to turn off Instagram? Huh? You on Instagram more than anybody. You post 4, 5, 6 times a day. You know what? Your content strategy is off the hook. To have 1.2 million followers, you post literally daily. I don't know who does your posters or your whatchamacallits, but you be on it every. You post 5, 6, 7, 10 times a day. Videos, flyers, posters. You know, this stuff about your baby mama. You posted that. Did you do that? Did you make that all by yourself? Huh? Stay off of Instagram. But you posted this 4 hours ago. You posted this 5 hours ago. You posted this 8 hours ago. You posted this 20 hours ago. 21 hours ago. You're a content machine, Umar, all by yourself. But we don't want to talk about that, do we?
Turn off TikTok.
Yes. Turn it off.
Do you see the research? They're saying that the black and the white children in America are losing academic ground because of social media.
Oh, yeah, and say that, by the way. Yes. We can't raise our children the way we were raised, Umar. That's it right there, okay? They didn't grow up in the generation we grew up in. We cannot raise them the way we were raised. That's just the way it is, okay? We didn't have internet. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have laptops or tablets, okay? We didn't have freaking streaming services. We didn't have Xboxes and PlayStation 5s, all right? We didn't have the technologies in the vehicles and all that kind of stuff we had. We didn't have no Wi-Fi and all this kind of stuff. We didn't have none of that, okay? These children have all kind of ways to entertain themselves and have fun. all the kinds of concerts and rappers and all those kind of things. We have to teach them better. Oh, by the way, of course, the study, and even though sometimes I have to break myself for this, physically chastising your children doesn't work anymore, not like it used to, okay? These children have the same amount of respect for corporal punishment that they used to, so you can't discipline them physically either unless you're going to take them out, make them run or do exercise, something like that, but actually whooping them, it's a new age. We can't do that to them no more. And why would you want to?
They can no longer focus because of social media. So every night in your house, there should be a quiet hour. It's the holy hour. Everybody's reading something, including you. Yes. One of the problems in our homes is it's never quiet. There's always noise. A TV is on, a radio is on, a laptop is running, an iPad is running, a cell phone is running. You need a quiet hour every day where everyone in the home reads. And if the children are too little to read, you read to them.
Yes.
Now, I do agree with him that in maybe the early development years that, some of their device time might need to be moderated. Okay, but at a certain point, I mean, they like what they like, right? Just like when we were coming up, we liked Nintendo or Sega or the computer with the cool game on it. You was playing freaking Oregon Trail or whatever the hell you did when you was a kid. Eventually, you like what you like. That's what entertains you the most. So you can't keep it from them permanently once they get to a certain age. So you moderate the best you can, and hopefully they'll have common sense with it as they get older.
Dr. Umar, why they need to read? I'm going to tell you why. When God created the brain, God created the greatest device ever designed. Mm-hmm. When you read, 4 things happen without you even trying. Your children learn new words without even trying. They improve their ability to talk without even trying. They improve their knowledge of facts and information without even trying. They improve their knowledge to communicate with the written word without even trying. If you just make them read, you will raise their test scores. And when they take the Pennsylvania State Assessment, when they take the PSSAs, scores are going to go up just because they were in those books. Mothers and fathers, our babies are like little caterpillars. You gave birth to them. And from birth into the 5th grade, they were learning how the world works. And then after they learn how the world works, they crawl around on their own a little bit. They start getting separated from you.
Again, this was a commencement speech for 5th graders. What did he think? This isn't a college graduation, okay? This isn't FDMG. We're graduating the first class of students. This is a 5th grade graduation in Pittsburgh. Again, we're almost done with this, okay? But this speech has ceased to be about the children long ago, and that's what's so irritating about this whole thing to me.
Which is normal and natural and healthy to become their own person. But when they get to middle school, I don't want you to let them individuate too much. I need you to be on them, supervise them. Don't you ever let your child hang out with another child who you never met. Don't you ever let your child go to another child's home whose parents you never met. You got to know everybody around your child, because your job is to make sure they arrive on time, unharmed, in June of 2033.
Yeah.
I want to say this, and I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Parents, we have fallen into the hypnosis of American capitalism. That means that whenever our children do something good, we want to buy them something. When they get straight A's, we want to give them some Jordans. When they make the honor roll, we want to give them a new laptop.
Here we go.
Every time they achieve, we want to give them something. Parents, I want you to change that. Stop wasting money on things they don't need. The most important thing you can give these babies is your TIME, your time.
The greatest. How fitting and hypocritical and ironic is it for him to say that? The most important thing you can give your children is time. We're going to end on that, y'all. But I want to run it back one more time. Let y'all hear this.
On things they don't need. The most important thing you can give these babies is your TIME, your time. Listen.
The most important thing you can give your children is time, ladies and gentlemen. Something that Umar Johnson has had in spades. Now he's been taken to court for child support. They want to go through his finances. Now he wants to, ask the good people of Pennsylvania to, if they got any information about her businesses or her rental properties. when your children have, one of your children has outed you, the other child probably doesn't even care to be in any kind of mix with you. And of course, your baby mamas have stayed in the shadows, even though you're slandering them at every turn. Now, again, like I said, there's two sides to every story, right? So I can't dismiss that. However, what we do know is that you make a lot of money, you spend a lot of time on social media, you spend a lot of time on these platforms, but we never see you talk or interact or spend time in public with your children or your children's mothers. And I assume that's for a reason. We may never know, but in the eyes of most, including myself, you look like an absentee father, Umar Johnson. And that is the point, right? So, if you are still here in the building, I thank you for your attendance and participation. I thank you. I thank you. You all have been so gracious to kick it here with me and be here with me. I really appreciate everyone. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. And let's look at this chat and look at the poll one more time. Sorry. Which lip balm should Nick Fury buy? Chapstick? Carmex? Oh, shoot. Hold up. We still got super chats coming in. Man, this is, okay. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me.
Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that.
Enterprise Entertainment with the $2 said that he can't relate to kids, so he can't speak to them. Well, I agree with you on that. He has all this wisdom to give. And you see how the conversation pivoted really from the children to the parents, right? I mean, toward the end of this speech, it just goes on more and more and more and more about what these parents should do with their children. Nothing about talking to the actual kids. He's talking to the parents, right? Which, again, is crazy work. Crazy. What up, working man, contractors? How it goes? Greetings from Tampa, Florida. How are you doing? How are you? Chastity Lee. What's happening? Okay. Anyway, like I said, y'all, thank y'all for participating in the poll. Let me read the poll off real quick. I got sidetracked with the super chat. Which lip balm should Nick Fury buy? 34% said chapstick, 28% said Carmex, and 38% said we can't fix those dadgum soup coolers.
Family.
No, we can't. I guess we can't fix it, man. I guess I'm going to stay ashy, right? But I appreciate all this money. I'll make sure I give me some chapstick and give me a dozen eggs and make sure I give me some lotion, okay? So, because lotion is multi-use, by the way. But anyway, so thank y'all once again for your gracious donations financially. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. If you haven't done so already, again, as you exit the building, please hit that like button. If you're Ninja watching, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Of course, on your way out, you can hit the Cash App. You can join the channel membership. All right. You can hit that Ko-Fi. All links are down in the description box. Again, thank you all for your gracious donations and your participation and your time, your time. All right. I forgot about Blistex and the Dr. Squatch. I forgot about all that too. So anyway, y'all. Thank you for being here with the most laziest and ashiest YouTuber, okay? And as we exit the building, again, thank you all for another great show. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And, of course, as we exit the building, my name is Nicholas J. Fury, here where reality checks are always free, always free. You are here with the Working Man Podcast. And as we leave out of here, y'all, just remember all of y'all, but especially Dr. Umar Johnson in that daggone child support court. Remember, reality checks are free. See you next time.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh,
I keep telling you, consciousness over coochie, politics over punani. I keep telling y'all that. Consciousness comes before coochie.
Family.